And it certainly isn't just like it happened, no big deal. Like, yeah, it was like all of us, were really like the rest of the band and stuff. Were really kind of like, this is cool. Like this is a moment that I won't forget. And yeah, it was really cool to kind of just like you get a second to just like, check out, pedal boards and stuff and chatted a little bit of gear, which is always secrets, like, right? Standard guitar player fare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. One more thing I wanted to ask you too. It's a little bit more on a serious note, but I've always been curious, and hopefully you don't mind chatting about it. But I remember a few years back, you were traveling around the world. You got to go to all these wonderful countries, and I remember you being in Mexico City when that big earthquake happened there, right? And just how crazy that was.
That's right.
Where were you when that happened? Were you at the hotel? What was the next steps after? I mean, such a traumatic event like that, man. I remember just being scared to death for you guys out there. And I don't want you to relive, traumatic events, but just curious what that experience was like,
Yeah, for sure. Well, so we had just landed in Mexico like 2 hours before. Really? I can't actually remember where we were coming in from. But we just landed in Mexico, and I'm pretty sure when we landed, it was like 8 a.m. or something. That day they were having a earthquake drill.
Really?
They were having because I think it was, maybe I might be getting this wrong, but I thought it was the anniversary of another really devastating earthquake that had happened in Mexico, like a 20th anniversary or something like that. And I think I thought they were running a drill, because I could have sworn that while we were driving from the airport to the hotel, there were sirens, like kind of like citywide sirens kind of going off. Whether it was a drill or I don't know if it was there just to mark the moment, of remembrance. Or anyways, we got to the hotel, quite literally dropped our bags, went down to the lobby. We were like, see you in the lobby in 10, let's go poke around the city for a minute, find something to eat. And as I was standing in the lobby, all of a sudden, like things were started to like slowly kind of shake, and you're feeling it on your feet. And for a second, you're like, you can't imagine that's what you're feeling. You don't even think of for people who live in Ontario,
I was just going to say, a guy,
you don't know.
A guy from Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's not your first reaction. You're thinking, oh, maybe that's a truck, or maybe any number of things aside from giant earthquake occurring. So, but then all of a sudden, it like within like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, it really started to go, and things were like, like decoration in the lobby was starting to like gyrate and shake, and things were starting to drop off, like decorative books and things were dropping off shelves. So we ran out onto the street. It was sort of a main boulevard in the city, a pretty big, like, 3x3 traffic lanes with like a big sort of grassy boulevard in the middle. And we ran out, and, by that point, everyone was starting to stream out of buildings and things like that. And it was like the shaking was for real. Like it was a really dramatic amount of sort of shaking. It almost felt like waves underneath you.
Wow.
Which was really strange. And, luckily, like we were in an area in the city where, like I don't think anything fell down around us. There was a lot of broken windows, I think, from some kind of, pressure and contraction of the ground. But yeah, where we were, there wasn't anything that was sort of felt too life-threatening in the moment, aside from the fear of it all, Of
course.
But it happened, and I immediately cell reception was wacky for like the next hour. So I was texting my wife just to be like, hey, you might see this on the news before I'm able to text you even, or call you, but like, we're all good. Everything's fine. But yeah, everyone, we were like, it was not something to take lightly. It was like, we were all visibly shaken by it, and, shows got canceled and all that kind of stuff. Of course,
Did it take you a little while?
I think there was,
Did it take you a little while to leave Mexico City after that, or were there going out after the earthquake?
I can't really remember the logistics of it. We ended up sort of sticking around for a day or two, I think, because we were Yeah, I think they were trying to track down flights and stuff like that, and just figure out the logistics, because we were also, I think we had a couple other shows in somewhere else still to come.
Yeah.
You know,